Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mike Croft, Money Coach Mike here, and I've got a bold statement. I believe you could become a millionaire. Yep, I just said that. My belief, and I've worked with so many people on this, but my belief is that every single person listening to this, okay, every single person listening to this can become a millionaire. That's right, regardless of if you're, you know, six figures in debt, making minimum wage, whatever your situation is, there's no doubt in my mind that you cannot become a millionaire. Heck, dare I say, multi-millionaire. And you might be thinking, well, Mike, how do you know? What makes you think that I can become a millionaire? It's simple. I've worked with enough people over the last 10 years to know 100% if you're willing to change things up just a little bit, if you're willing to shift just a little bit here, there's no doubt in my mind that you can become a millionaire, multimillionaire, but somewhere in that ballpark. Now, right now, the stats are showing us that roughly about 80% of people, 8 out of 10, are living paycheck to paycheck. They will never become wealthy. Not because they can't, but because their circumstances, the way their circumstances dictate to them, they will never get out of it. And it's not about more information. We've got more information than we ever need. We've got, YouTube University, you've got Podcast University. You can Google whatever you want today. This day and age, people do not lack information. That's not the thing holding you back. What people lack this day and age here is taking action on the information that they have. So here's how this works. What do you actually need to hit that $1 million mark? There's three things. There's three parts to this formula. Number one is you need a little bit of cash. Okay, well, let me walk you through all three and then how the formula works. You need cash, you need time, and you need compound interest. And a combination of those three, whatever combination you want to do, but a combination of those three gets you to millionaire, multimillionaire, heck, dare I say, decamillionaire. I was talking to a mom this morning, and with one of her kids, we're doing this formula, and we were doing the math, and her kid from age 6 to 55, so call it roughly 50 years, will have $20 million by the time she's 55. And here's the best part. It's going to take roughly $25 a month. If you stay with me and stick with me long enough, I'll show you the math and how that works. But you need one of those three things. You need money, or you need all those three things in a different combination. You need money, you need time, you need compound interest. Now, the more time you have, the less money you need, and the less compound interest you need. The less time you have, okay, the more money you need and the more compound interest you're going to want to have. The less compound interest you have, the more money you're going to need, the more time you're going to want. The higher your compound interest, the less money and the less time. So the formula works. For everyone, it's going to be a little bit different, but those are the three elements to make that formula work. Now, check this out, guys. I really want to show you this. So for the last, I don't know, month and a half, 2 months, every call I've been hopping on, I've been doing a $1 million portfolio review. That's basically where I sit down with you and I say, if we do X over Y for this amount of time with this type of return, this is your $1 million formula. That's what I'm doing for people. All right, I'll literally sit down with them and look at their age, look at their stage, look at how much money they have invested, how much money they have to invest, the types of returns I believe that they can get. And we put all that math together. And you're going to be surprised, guys. You're really going to be surprised here on what this can look like. And so let me pull this up here and let me show you. I've got a ton of data. I won't go through all of it today, but let's start here. Okay, let's go through. I'll go through a few things. So here's an example. We're starting from age 9. So this is a client's kid, age 9, and we're running it to 65. Now, you don't have to run to 65. I'm just giving an example. You can run it to 55, you can run it to 40, you can run it to 70. Okay, but we ran this to 65 because that's the average retirement age. If you even retire these days, that's another thing. Not everyone's retiring anymore because they can't. But here's what we said. From age 9 to 65, if you invest just $15 a month, let me go grab that. If you invest just $15 a month, average a 15% rate of return, which isn't hard to do long term. Okay, total contributions, guys, is only $10,080. From age 9 to 65, $15 a month, which is roughly $180 a year. The most you put into this account is $10,080. But the growth is over $5 million. Hello. That's what we call compound interest over time. And so this young kid here will be a multimillionaire by the time she retires. Now, the good part is she'll be a millionaire well before she retires. In fact, she'll be a millionaire in her 50s, right? Millionaire in her 50s. So this is an example, $15 a month. You don't need, if you got a lot of time, you got a good return, you don't need a lot of money, right? That's a really cool part there. All right, so there's an example right there. Now that's a kid, and I love doing this for kids here. But let's do this. Why don't we go and find an adult? I've got a whole bunch here, so let me just pull one up. Here we go. Perfect. This is Jennifer I got here, and let me pull up Jennifer's wealth scenario. Okay, for everyone that's listening on the podcast here, all you have to do is I got a link below. This will be on a YouTube video, so you can actually look at the numbers with me. I'll link that link below for the YouTube. But if you're listening on the podcast, keep listening, because I hope this is going to inspire you. But I've got the video for you guys if you want to see. Okay, this is Jennifer. Jennifer's currently 45. Okay, we ran the scenario to 65, so 20 years. But here's the crazy part, starting with nothing. That's right, starting with nothing. Okay? We invest $1,000 a month. Now, how did we come up with $1,000? That's the amount of debt that she freed up by becoming debt-free. Okay, she's putting over $1,000 a month towards her debt. We said, hey, if you get debt-free, okay, and put a portion of what you're paying towards Visa and MasterCard, okay, away. So for her, that was $1,000 a month. And we earn an average interest rate of 12.5%, which, I mean, you can sneeze and do 12.5% these days. That's $1 million, $1,058,493. Boom. 20 years to become a millionaire. I bet you're thinking what I'm thinking. Why didn't my teacher teach me this in school? Right? Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Why didn't this get taught in school? Why isn't that every single student didn't learn this? This should have been a requirement. If you want to graduate, you have to know how to, you have to know compound interest. You have to know how to invest. Let me show another example. I have another lady here I talked to this morning. Let me just pull that one up. And I actually, her and her kids, so I'll pull you up all three. She is 47. And we have her becoming a let's see here. Let me just go find her. We have her becoming a millionaire in roughly less than 20 years. But she wanted to be able to retire. She's like, I want to make sure, I don't care what happens now, but when I retire, I want to be a millionaire. That's her goal. So let me just go pull her up here. Give me 1 sec to find her. I've got so many of these in here. So let me just go find her. Okay. My mistake. This is 52. So let me go pull this up. Okay. Check this out. We're going from age 52 to age 67 in this example. So if you're 50, run into 65. If you're 48, run into 63. If you're 40, run into 52. We're doing roughly run into 55. We're doing roughly a 15-year example here. Okay. Now this person did have some money invested already. Okay. So just keep that in mind. They had about $56,000 in their account. Now it was low performing. It wasn't doing great for them. But they have 56,000. So that's something we were able to use as a launching pad for where they're at. Now we decided at $600 a month, that's all it would take. Okay. And we gave a 25% style rate of return. Now you're like, oh my gosh, Mike, that's insane. That is insane. It actually isn't. A lot of the stocks we're looking to invest in, think Apple, Amazon, think stuff like that has done well over that amount. Some of the ETFs we like to invest in, ETF doublers, easily do 25. They crush 25 in their sleep, right? So these are some of the more aggressive stuff we get into. And that's what she was looking for. So $3.4 million by the time she hits retirement, just 15 years down the road. In fact, she'll be a millionaire probably by the time she's 60, maybe a touch later, 62, 63. And then by the time she's ready to retire at 67, $3.4 million. Guys, and I've got examples of this up, down, all around. This is literally what I do every single day for those that we work with here. And I've got, I mean, geez, let's see here. In the last month and a half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Holy cow. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52 as of today. 52 scenarios we've ran over the last 30 to 40 days of people, if they just shift where they are today, think differently, start to do some things differently, could become millionaires. And that is the same for you. So let me show you this. For those of you that have kids here, I want to show you an example of how this works in action. It's so simple. I'll just give you my kids' example. I'm doing this with all four of my kids. And again, it's easy once you get going here. And I just realized I shared the wrong screen. Let me get back. Let me share that other screen here. There it is right there. Okay, so this is an investment calculator. Okay, my oldest, who is 9, or no, 9. Haha, she's 11. We started doing this when she was about 8. Okay, is when we started doing this, and we ran this to 55. Okay, she has nothing. She started with nothing, but she does roughly about $15 a month. Okay, is what she's investing. Now, your rate of return is really what's going to make or break your returns here. If you're going to earn 2 to 4%, which is what the banks give you, okay, so 4%, it's never going to be enough over, you know, almost 50 years, not quite. So we're looking at 47-ish years. At 4%, $15 grows to 24, almost $25,000. It's not enough. It's a joke. Why even bother? That's what your average savings account, CD, GIC, for those in Canada that think GICs are safe. The problem with this scenario is you will outlive your money. You will not have enough money to live. Okay. Now, if you work with financial advisors, most advisors are going to do 4 to 6%. Okay. Maybe 7, maybe 8 if you get a really good one or if you get a really good year. At 6%, it looks a lot better. Well, I shouldn't say a lot better. It looks almost double, but it's not great. It's still only $46,000. Yeah, that's not great. If you average what the stock market average, which is 10 to 12, okay, so if we go 10%, hey, it's almost $200,000 in that scenario. That's an index fund style investing, S&P 500 type of stuff. It's okay. But what if you invest in like what I call the category kings? These are the companies that are like slaying the stock market. These are the companies you're hearing about. These are the companies that are innovative. They're the disruptors in their industries. They're bringing in new technology and they're changing the world. These are what I call category kings. And if you were to average, category king over 20, 30 years, they're going to average about 20-ish, sometimes 25, sometimes 30%, sometimes more. I've got one that's doing 40% year over year since 2009, right? But you're going to get somewhere in that ballpark of probably 20%. Well, if you do this at 20%, oh my goodness, look how the numbers change. That's $10 million. You've gone from, 24,000, 48,000, 200,000 to $10 million simply because you've changed one variable. Your time stays the same. The dollar amount you invest every month stays the same. What changes? Your interest rate, 20%. Now, maybe they don't earn 20% for 50 years straight. That's quite possible. Well, what if you were to do 15%? That's still $1.3 million by the time she's 55. Hello, Freedom 55. I mean, how long has it been since we've heard Freedom 55? It's something my grandparents used to talk about. My parents never lived Freedom 55. Maybe not your parents either. Probably not you because it hasn't even been taught to you. It's not even in our consciousness anymore as a society because um, we're so burdened with debt and high expenses that the idea of having enough money to retire by 55 just seems impossible. But it's not. Freedom 55 at a 15% return, which if you can't do 15%, you might as well just, what are you doing? What are you doing, right? Go find someone that can help you do that. But yeah, 20%. I've got an ETF since 2008 that's been averaging about 36%, right? And who knows if it's going to do that for 40 years straight? I don't know. But since 2008, it's done 36%. I mean, I'd say she's a multi-billionaire at that point, which just seems insane. It's like berserk. I know. It doesn't even seem impossible. So I won't even go 38% returns. Most people won't even fathom that. But let's go back to 20. That's $10 million by 55. There is not any reason why anybody should have to continue to struggle, feel broke, feel stuck, feel uncertain. If you get the right information and you apply it, you get the right mentor, and you can go and make it happen, 100% you can have confidence that you will have financial success, that you will become wealthy. It's just a matter of time. Hopefully this inspires you guys. Hey, listen, if you're investing, take a look at your returns. All right. If you have been able to average the market, and I don't mean like in the last year, like in 2024, the market did roughly about 23 to 26%. 2023, we were like 20 to 25%. Depends on what index you look at, right? But if you long term have not been averaging the market, why are you paying people to underperform the market? It's like paying people to deliver you bad food. Like, how long do you pay people to continue to give you bad service, right? And that's what I want to challenge you. If you're not at least averaging the market, you may want to reconsider what to do with that money next. Now, you can always join us in the Generation Wealth Investment Club. This is where we teach long-term investing, where we get above average returns, and we buy and hold great companies that will continue to give us great returns long term. If you're interested in that, the average client coming through the investment club averages 15 to 25% per year, okay, year over year. And we just love what we do. So feel free to come join us there. You can hop on a call with me, moneycoachmike.com/call if you want to learn more about that. Or I've got some free trainings for you linked below that you can always watch as well. All right, that's all for now. Stay blessed by the best. And just know this, you can become wealthy. It's not too late for you.